Traps are everywhere around us, especially in supply chain and logistics. One wrong step and we're stuck. Free yourself of these unneeded and easily repairable issues. Let us help you and tip you with our users' top 8 most common mistakes while using supply chain apps. Ready? Go! In order to connect the table with your own data to our app, you need to make sure the names of the columns are spelled correctly. If the naming in the header is misspelled for the optional column, then that column will not be taken into consideration when doing the calculation. We can check that by clicking on this info icon and seeing there is no green check mark beside the misspelled column. But if mandatory column is misspelled, the link will be broken. To avoid this barrier, always check the column name when inputting your data. Numeric columns such as weight are required to be filled with a number. Otherwise, if you provide some text into the numeric columns, the error will be reported. You can track the mistake immediately by using the fly to error concept and correct it. If you have multiple mistakes, you will be led to correct one by one. In case you are not sure which columns are numeric, for each app you can click on info icon in the input data part and check the description, which helps you understand what type of data you need to provide for each column separately. Simply adding the table with your data in Excel without formatting it as a table is another common mistake. If you connect your table but leave it unformatted, your rows or columns added later on will not be connected with our software immediately. You can check this issue here and see that the data which is included in the analysis is until column M, row 19. That confirms that our later on added row 20 will not be taken into consideration. Instead, you will have to connect the whole table each time you insert a new row or a column. To skip this unneeded complication, make sure you click on Format the Table. This will right away enable the option where each additional row and column will automatically be connected to our apps. Now we can check that additional row 20 is already connected. This way you can continue with your analysis on much easier way. After formatting your table correctly and connecting it with our app, what happens if you want to insert some changes? Let's now use for this purpose Center of Gravity app. First of all, you don't need to connect the table each time you change some data in it. After we change the weight for the first customer, we are going directly to the calculation part, because once connected table will always stay connected despite the changes you provide. Now we are running the calculation trying to find 3 centers. The calculation is done, but if after this you are in search for multiple analysis and want to see the results, which will this time include 5 centers, you can just recalculate without connecting the table again. Once the table with your data is connected, each additional change in input data part and calculation part will be included in the analysis, and there is no need for a double connection. While filling in the information in the tables, have in mind that you need to have unique names in the fields in order to do the calculation. We will use the example of Network Design app and the customers table to unlight this mistake. Let's see what will happen when out of 4 different customers we have 2 with the same name, in this case New York. Even though the locations for each one of the customers are not overlapping, after trying to do the calculation we will run into an error, which highlights that entries of name are not unique. If now we just change the second customer's name into a unique one, in this case Chicago, and then run the calculation, this time we can finish the calculation properly. To demonstrate the importance of consistency throughout tables, we will use Milk Run Optimization app and information about depots Gilsey and Tilburg. In the second table, we have filled the information about these 2 depots in start and end depot column. If we try to run the analysis, the error will be reported, which we will be informed about if we click on the info icon. The problem lies in the depot 2 stated in the second table in start depot column, because this depot 2 doesn't exist in the first table. The locations of depots Tilburg and Gilsey are linked to the name of these depots we stated in the first table. For this particular location, the name linked to it is Depot Gilzi, which is why this name has to be consistent in all the tables where information for this depot location is required. For example, Depot Tilburg is consistent in all the tables. That means if you want to add the third depot, for example Depot 2, you have to add this name in the first table and provide an address for it. But if we want to use in the second table in Start Depot column the information about Depot Gilzi, then the name of this depot filled in the first table within the name column has to be added on the same way with the same naming in all the rest of the columns which refer to the depot information, in Start Depot, End Depot, and Depot column. After we correct this mistake, you can easily calculate and later on visualize your results. Comparing your visualization results is one of many advantages of supply chain apps for our customers, but you will miss this benefit if you make one wrong step. If, for example, in this case you want to visualize the areas from supply chain map application in parallel with the existing solution which refers to the supply chain map relations, you will be asked, do you want to delete the existing layers from the map? Choose the option No if you want to see results comparison of two different solutions. Extra large data sets can affect a little bit longer time loading while trying to visualize your results. Let them take their time and don't overclick it. It may happen you run into an error. Just wait a couple of seconds more and then you can enjoy your powerful visualization insights. And now you're ready for an undisturbed journey through our supply chain apps portfolio. But if all of a sudden the obstacle pops up, write us on support@lockhub.com and our team will guide you in the best direction. One of our most frequently used apps, Center of Gravity, can cause also some extra questions you would like to deal with. That's why we prepared a detailed explanation about this app in comparison with fixed Center of Gravity app through this super informative tutorial, how to do Center of Gravity analysis. So don't miss it. Like and comment, and please yourself in your supply chain, so subscribe to our channel because there you can really find many useful tips and tutorials, the existing ones and very soon the great ones that are coming next. Stay tuned.